Hi gamers! If you enjoy such scrolling games, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I will show you the best such scrolling games of all time that you should play. Some of you maybe disagree with the ranking, but that's okay. All I know, this game is a good game. But before we dive into the list, I want to share the best platform for buying games today, and that's Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is the perfect website to buy games these days. Not only do they have amazing discounts, but they're also running giveaways you don't wanna miss. Like, seriously, look at these deals. For real, these deals are unbeatable. Do you really think you'll find amazing discount at another place? On Instant Gaming, you can buy games for various platforms including PC, PS5, Xbox, and even Nintendo Switch. Your transactions are legit, super fast, and their support team is ready 24/7, so you don't need to worry about anything. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games by using the link in the description below and start saving money today with Instant Gaming. By using my link, you're not only saving a ton of money, but also supporting this channel. Alright then, let's get back to the list. Mark of the Ninja is an incredible 2D stealth game that perfectly combines stealth, platforming, and ninja elements. The gameplay is super satisfying with smooth sneaking mechanics, a variety of tools to use, and unlockable styles that keep every playthrough fresh and fun. The story itself is dark and melancholic, tackling heavy themes that might not appeal to everyone. But honestly, this tone fits perfectly with the shadowy, assassination-driven world of ninjas. Even though some might not vibe with the story's tone, the flawless execution of ninja gameplay in this game is truly top-notch. And you could even say it rivals classics like Thankyou. Mega Man X is one of the best gifts from the 16-bit era. This game is really special, with new mechanics like Mega Man's ability to climb walls, which is introduced right from the early levels. The story is set 100 years after the NES Mega Man games, where Mega Man is found in Dr. Light's laboratory, and Reploids, intelligent robots, rebel under the leadership of Sigma. What's exciting about Mega Man X is that every upgrade is clearly visible, and Mega Man looks cooler as he powers up. The levels are also very well designed, with lots of vertical areas and new features, like heart containers that increase health. Castlevania Dominus Collection brings together three amazing DS games: Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia. As someone who loves Metroidvanias, these games hit the mark with solid gameplay, unique features, and unforgettable soundtracks. The presentation of the Dominus Collection is solid, with quality of life improvements like soundtracks, art galleries, and region versions of the games. And for me, this game brings a lot of fun, with each game offering something unique while staying true to the series' roots. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a must-have for fans of Metroidvanias and Castlevania alike. The Messenger is a 2D action platformer with a lot of cool features. The game starts as a tribute to classic NES action platformers like Ninja Gaiden. Your main character, the ninja, can run, jump, and attack enemies. But as you gain more abilities, the game starts focusing more on speed and precise timing. One of the fun new mechanics is cloud stepping, which lets you jump again by attacking enemies with your sword. This makes the platforming more challenging and fun. Each new level introduces new challenges, enemies, and hilarious story beats from the shopkeeper who loves sharing philosophies and jokes. But overall, this game is a blast. Cyber Shadow is a game that delivers a retro experience with a modern twist, earning its place as one of the best 2D ninja games, right alongside classics like Ninja Gaiden and The Messenger. In this game, you take control of Shadow, a cybernetic ninja who wakes up in the ruins of Mecha City. The gameplay is slower and more methodical than you might expect, focusing heavily on careful movement and precision. While the difficulty can be high, the frequent checkpoints make the game accessible, and whenever you defeat a major enemy or boss, they stay defeated even if you lose the fight afterward, giving you a sense of accomplishment without the need to replay sections repeatedly. Super Meat Boy is a super tough and challenging 2D platformer game. In this game, you play as Meat Boy, who has to make it through hundreds of levels filled with deadly obstacles. Each level is packed with dangers like sharp needles, lava pits, homing meat rockets, and spinning saw blades that are ready to tear you apart. The game offers over 300 cleverly designed levels where you only rely on your running and jumping skills to survive. Every level tests your reflexes and patience. Give it a try if you haven't played it yet. It's sure to frustrate you, especially if you're new to this game. Rayman Legends is one of those platformer games that brings a nostalgic experience with stunning graphics. Compared to its predecessor, Rayman Origins, this game has sharper, cleaner, and more captivating visuals. From the start, players already have all the core abilities like floating and swimming, which makes exploring the early levels more exciting. Rayman Legends also supports local co-op for up to 4 players, although it can get a bit chaotic when trying to distinguish between characters. Broforce is an action platformer game packed with references to classic action films and retro gaming. You play as a team of heroes, Rambro and Bromando, each with unique weapons and abilities. The mission is simple: destroy enemies, overcome obstacles, and get to the chopper at the end of the level. The game supports up to 4-player co-op and includes a deathmatch mode as well as a level editor for trying out community-made levels. The game is also filled with hilarious moments and great attention to detail, such as the heroes' animations and epic destruction effects.
Mission failed.
Spelunky 2, the sequel to the legendary roguelike platformer, stays true to its predecessors. The game is known for its high difficulty, but it's considered fair because every trap and enemy has patterns or rules you can learn. You play as Anna, the daughter of the main character from the previous game, as she ventures to the moon in search of her parents. The game offers brutal challenges with procedurally generated levels, making each run feel fresh and full of surprises. It also features a chaotic co-op mode and an arena mode with deathmatches and other challenges. Katana ZERO is an action platformer game with stunning pixel art animations, incredible music, and a story that's much deeper than most games in its genre. With fast-paced gameplay and a strong narrative element, Katana ZERO is considered one of the best games in its category. Players will face challenging gameplay, including using time-stopping abilities, attacking, dodging, and solving puzzles in each level. The game's difficulty often requires trial and error, but the experience remains rewarding. In my opinion, this game is a must-play, especially for fans of action platformers with captivating stories and visuals. Klonoa Phantasy Reverie series is a remaster of 2 classic games in the Klonoa series, Klonoa, Door to Phantomile, and Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil. This game is a 2.5D platformer that highlights challenging puzzle and platforming elements featuring the iconic main character, Klonoa, a mix between a rabbit and a cat. Klonoa Phantasy Reverie series is a perfect choice for platformer fans, especially those who want to relive the nostalgic feel of classic games with a touch of visual updates. It's also a great opportunity for players who've never tried Klonoa before to dive into Klonoa's vibrant dream world filled with challenges and adventure. ASTLIBRA Revision is one of the most unconventional JRPGs I've ever played. Its story is chaotic and unpredictable, but it keeps you hooked from start to finish. The combat is fast, impactful, and endlessly rewarding, even if you have to grind. And while the visuals might not impress, the music is absolutely top tier. The mechanics are simple yet addictive. You can grind for better gear, unlock skills, and master magic, all of which add layers to the gameplay. The skill tree in particular is a standout feature. It's massive, offering tons of customization options, and also the magic system is fluid, letting you cast spells quickly during battles without interrupting the flow. SANABI is one of those games that grabs your attention with its fluid gameplay and keeps you hooked with its emotional story. As a 2D action platformer, it delivers a gameplay experience that's both thrilling and satisfying. You play as a retired military commander who's finally enjoying a peaceful life with his young daughter, but tragedy strikes, dragging him back into action. The gameplay truly shines with grappling hook mechanic. You can swing through crumbling environments, launching yourself off surfaces and into enemies with precision. On top of that, there's a great variety of robotic enemies, including some intense boss fights that push your skills to the limit.
Your lucky day then. They said too.
Contra Operation Galuga is a stellar reimagining of the classic Contra that nails the gameplay while adding modern touches. It's not perfect, but it's an absolute treat for fans of hardcore action games. You'll recognize levels, bosses, and weapons from past games, but they are cleverly remixed with new mechanics like double jumping, dashing, and weapon upgrades. You can also unlock perks to make your life easier, like starting levels with your favorite weapon or keeping upgrades after dying. The game plays smooth as butter. Whether you're blasting through enemies solo or teaming up with friends, 2-player story mode or 4-player arcade mode, this game is a must-try. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove is the ultimate version of an already beloved platforming classic. Packed with retro-style charm, tight gameplay, and Spectre of Torment is a shining gem within it. In this game, you control Shovel Knight, a small but mighty hero armed with a shovel, which serves as both a weapon and a tool for digging up treasure or pogo jumping on enemies. At its core, Shovel Knight is all about tight controls, challenging platforming, and clever level design. Each stage is themed around a boss knight, and the gameplay constantly keeps you on your toes with tricky enemy patterns, hidden secrets, and hazards that require quick reflexes and precise timing. Overall, it's a mix of nostalgia and innovation. Old-school difficulty combined with modern conveniences like checkpoints, upgrades, and save systems. Pizza Tower is a fast-paced 2D platformer that feels like a chaotic love letter to the classic Wario Land series. You play as Peppino Spaghetti, a stressed-out chef trying to save his pizzeria from destruction by Pizza Face, an evil sentient pizza with a laser. At its core, Pizza Tower is all about momentum. Peppino moves with surprising agility, and mastering his repertoire of dashes, dives, and jumps is key to blazing through levels. The game focuses on smooth movement, score chasing, and creative level design, all wrapped in a food-themed, hand-drawn world that feels ripped straight out of a Nickelodeon fever dream. Blazblue Entroppy Effect is a surprising gem that combines fast-paced action with deep character customization. Even though it's not a core entry in the Blazblue series, it's a licensed spin-off that brings its own twist to the roguelike genre. The combat is where the game truly shines. Each character feels distinct, and you can customize their moves as you unlock buffs and upgrades. Unlocking abilities feels satisfying, and experimenting with different builds keeps the gameplay fresh. Even if the early levels feel a bit repetitive, the challenge ramps up nicely as you progress, making later stages much more rewarding. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is a 2D action-adventure game with a heavy Metroidvania influence, blending fast-paced combat, tight platforming, and a sprawling interconnected map. It takes the DNA of classic Prince of Persia games: parkour-heavy movement, combat finesse, and a dash of time-related intrigue. Combat is a standout feature, leaning into fast-paced melee action with a focus on combos, parrying, and creative use of Sargon's growing arsenal of moves. It has the finesse of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice and the stylish flair of Devil May Cry, challenging you to think on your feet as you fight enemies and bosses. Hollow Knight is a 2D action-adventure Metroidvania that blends tight platforming with tough-as-nails combat. You play as a silent masked knight armed with a nail sword, diving deep into interconnected caverns full of secrets, enemies, and unforgettable boss fights. The game rewards exploration with abilities like dashes, double jumps, and devastating spells, slowly evolving your character into a force to be reckoned with. The heart of the game lies in its challenge. Checkpoints are sparse, deaths are punishing, and bosses will test your patience and skill. Rogue Legacy 2 is a roguelite action platformer with Metroidvania elements. It features procedurally generated levels, challenging combat, and a unique progression system where each run introduces a new descendant with distinct traits, abilities, and quirks. You play as a hero venturing through a procedurally generated castle packed with challenging enemies, traps, and treasures. The game introduces 13 different classes, and each with distinct weapons and playstyles. Whether you're slashing through enemies as a Ronin with a katana, tossing fireballs as a mage, or smashing foes with a chef's frying pan, each class offers a new way to experience the chaos. Blasphemous is a 2D Metroidvania with heavy influences from Dark Souls. It's a game where exploration, precise combat, and a sense of constant danger take center stage. You play as the Penitent One, a silent hero in a land ruled by twisted religious themes and horrifying monsters. The game throws you into an unforgiving world filled with sprawling maps, punishing enemies, and cryptic lore that's as unsettling as it is intriguing. And if you're someone who loves dark gothic aesthetics and enjoys methodical combat, this game is worth checking out. Ori and the Will of the Wisps as a fantastic follow-up to 2015's Ori and the Blind Forest, improving upon an already stellar foundation. The game combines gorgeous visuals, a touching story, and challenging gameplay, making it a standout in the platforming genre. The world isn't just pretty, it's packed with life. You'll battle a variety of enemies, from giant spiders to dive-bombing mosquitoes, and each fight feels fresh. The world is packed with secrets, and unlocking new abilities like triple jumps or burrowing lets you revisit earlier areas to uncover hidden treasures. Celeste is a rare gem that combines incredible platforming mechanics, a vibrant world, and a deeply personal story into one unforgettable package. It's a game that challenges you not just with its levels, but with its message. Growth and progress come from perseverance, even when the climb feels impossible. Despite Celeste is challenging, no doubt, but it's also accessible. If the difficulty feels overwhelming, the game offers an assist mode, letting you tweak things like stamina or speed. This ensures everyone can enjoy the story, whether you're a speedrunner or a casual player. Dead Cells isn't just a great roguelike, it's a great game. Its blend of action, exploration, and customization makes it appealing to hardcore fans and newcomers alike. This game is a masterpiece because it's a roguelike that welcomes everyone. Want a tough-as-nails challenge? You've got it. Prefer to dial it down and enjoy the Metroidvania vibes? You can do that too. Heck, You can even turn off the roguelike mechanics entirely and play it as a straight-up action platformer. That level of accessibility is almost unheard of in this genre, and it makes Dead Cells something special. Nine Souls is a masterpiece in parry-driven combat and Metroidvania design. It's stylish, brutal, and deeply satisfying. Nine Souls takes the intense parry or die mechanics from Sekiro and reimagines them in a 2D plane. It's not just about dodging attacks, it's about mastering the parry, building up your ki, and slapping explosive talismans onto enemies for some truly satisfying chaos, but with even more emphasis on timing and strategy. And if you're not into parry-heavy combat, this game might frustrate you. The dodge button helps a bit, but sooner or later you'll need to master the parry system to survive. And that's it for today. What do you think about this list? I know there are best side-scrolling games out there that I haven't mentioned yet. Please share your favorite side-scrolling games that you think deserve a spot here. Don't forget to like this video and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss another great list. And as always, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.